Alright everyone, welcome to stream number 10 in this Medieval 2 tournament, and I believe this is the last of the streams before we actually get on to the playoffs, which is good. And it will be just a hair shorter of a stream than usual, because we actually only have 4 battles to take a look at, and then 1 bonus battle, because Danny Rhett and Django both have the same amount of points in their brackets, so they needed to play another battle as a sort of a tiebreaker. So we'll be taking a look at 1 battle from them, and then we'll just have a look at 4 other battles, and then I believe that's all of them before the playoffs begin. I could be wrong, but I think that is it. So let's go ahead and jump into the first one here. Let's go ahead and get to the live scene. Welcome, welcome. Apologies, my throat is a little off too. I do have a bit of a sore throat today. But yes, let's go ahead and take a look at the first one. So as I said, there's only 1 of the battles between Django and Danny Rhett, because they're both tied with 3 points right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at their battle. Alright, Danny Rhett playing as the Holy Roman Empire and Django playing as Scotland. We're going to be taking a look at it from Django's point of view. Alright. So in the front lines here, it looks like we have a few Highland pikemen. We've got some noble swordsmen here as well. Looks like 2 units of them with... oh, maybe... well, he's got, does he have some of the nicer pikemen too? No, he doesn't. Okay. Yeah, so we're going for a standard infantry and pike line formation here. So we got the 4 units of Highland pikemen, and I'm assuming he's going to have 4 units of noble swordsmen, because they'll probably put one in front of this one, I'd imagine. Let's try and find the general's bodyguard very quickly here. We've got some Gallic-like, some mailed knights. General's not in there. Got a general's bodyguard here. And he's got 2 general's bodyguards. Doesn't look like the general's in either of them. So he might be in one of the infantry units. I can't remember if Django's one of the guys that does this to me. Oh, he does have some of the heavy pike militia. Django, where art thou, General? He must have him in one of the noble swords units, I guess. There he is. Yes, perfect. Okay, good to know. So the noble swordsman is their general in the front lines. A little bit risky, but we've got some border horse here, so some light cavalry for Scotland. In fact, we've got 4 border horse, I believe. We've got some mailed knights. Obviously, we've got the Gallic with heavy pike militia. 2 generals' bodyguards. But yeah, very, very light on the cavalry front. So it does depend on what the Holy Roman Empire brings. And here we go. We can take a look at it right now. Let's just pause real quick so we can take a look at where that general's bodyguard is. We've got some raiters. Mounted crossbowmen ×3. Wow, so very heavy into the skirmish cavalry. Then we've got general's bodyguard without the general. Got some Teutonic knights and a 2nd general's bodyguard, so the general is in this one. And then over here we have a lot of infantry. So we've got some crossbows, Pavis crossbowmen, some arquebusiers, pike militia, lanzknechts, and more pike militia and lanzknechts. Okay. Interesting. Now, I still think that the Holy Roman Empire probably does have the better force here. Especially more of the heavily armored cavalry like the Teutonic Knights. The mounted crossbowmen and the raiters are going to be a huge problem as well, because they're kind of cavalry killers, the Pistolier cavalry. Although if he gets them right up and in the border horse's face, I believe the border horse may actually be faster than the mounted raiters, so he's going to have to be very careful with that. He almost got them caught by the heavy pike militia. Or, yes, heavy pike militia. Now, we have to remember that Django's general is in one of these noble swords units that's basically in his front line. So that's going to be a bit of a risk. We do have the Border Horse kind of running along the infantry line, screening it from the arrow fire of the mounted crossbowmen and the Braiters. Scotland not bringing any range to this battlefield, so he is the one who has to push forwards, otherwise he's going to lose men unnecessarily. Looks like he is moving most of his infantry over towards this line. It doesn't look like he's trying to match the infantry line of the Holy Roman Empire. We've got a unit of Border Horse and a unit of Mailed Knights running wide. We do have some mounted crossbowmen going over there following them. Border Horse moving in as well. I don't know what they plan to accomplish here. Maybe to try and catch the Raiters and mounted crossbows in melee? Yeah, it looks like that's exactly what he's going to try and do. However, they're being peppered now by the Pavi's crossbowmen as well, which is a bit of a risk. Bit of a risk. Battle has officially started, though, with a lot more Border Horse kind of pouring in to hold these Raiters in check. We do have the activation of the Teutonic Knights, although they have... I don't know if they're planning to move in or not. I think they're doing just fine on their own here. You can see there's a lot of dead Border Horse here. Yeah, they did try to push in, but the Border Horse have already broken at this point. And then over here, again, the mounted crossbowmen just being chased down by those Mailed Knights. I think they would be better over here kind of pressuring the infantry. But 3% to 6%, so it's still quite close. We've got the infantry line moving forwards here. There's the General's bodyguard for Scotland. Oh, it's a risk, Django. It's a risk to have your infantry unit as the general. He's already being fired upon as well, so I don't know if Danny Rhett notices that this is the General's bodyguard, but it seems like quite a few units are starting to focus this unit down. And yeah, Holy Roman Empire easily winning that cavalry engagement there. The Border Horse got pretty much slaughtered there. Not much to show for their losses, I'm afraid. However, we do have a few General's bodyguards battling it out over here. However, I don't think the General's bodyguard for the Holy Roman Empire is involved. Because this is the other General's bodyguard. I think he has it in... Where's the other one that he had? Is it this one? Does he actually have it in there? Both General's bodyguards? No, he does not. So he probably has it on the other side here, I'd imagine. Mounted crossbowmen, Teutonic Knights, General's bodyguard. Hey, Noah. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. So yeah, I think the Holy Roman Empire General is around here. Just haven't laid eyes on him yet, but I'm pretty sure when we looked at it, that's where they were. Good charge from the Teutonic Knights into the Mailed Knights, but we do have the Gallag-like actually coming, flanking around the Teutonic Knights for the Holy Roman Empire. That's not going to be good. Scotland will definitely win that engagement, especially with the heavy hitting power of the Gallag-like. I'm a little nervous too because with the Teutonic Order's General's bodyguard in here, I mean, I don't see him, so maybe he was in the other one, but I swear that it was this one. Let's just quickly run over to the main line. Yeah, that's what I wanted to see. So we've got a massive pike engagement here. But we've got literally Django's general in the front lines, fighting the Landsknecht and the pike militia. Oh, and also, I didn't even notice, but we somehow got some noble swordsmen in behind the infantry lines, but they got charged by the Teutonic Knights. Didn't look like a very effective charge, though. I think they were slowed by their men. Okay, so here's the other... No, this is the General's bodyguard for the Scottish. Oh, no. Yeah, so he did end up dying there. That is so unfortunate. Yeah, so he was right about here. So he did die in that pike engagement. I figured that was what was going to happen with that general. However, looking from Django's point of view, this is looking heavily in his favor here. 42% of the Scottish have been killed, but 64% of the Holy Roman Empire have been killed as well. That is insane. Holy Roman Empire General's bodyguard. It doesn't look like he's in there, but I didn't get a notification saying that he was... Oh, yeah, there he is. He is in there. Okay. I thought I was going crazy for a second because I could not lay eyes on him, but he is there. Border Horse actually retreating through his ranks. That's good that they were retreating because they might have actually caught him and killed him. But, wow, that Holy Roman Empire infantry line just got annihilated here. You can see that they're even being pressured on all flanks now. The pikemen have actually turned around, but they're being slaughtered in the backs by the noble swordsmen. I think they're just trying to protect against this cavalry engagement here. All the border horse over here from Scotland. That is insane. There we go. More of the Holy Roman Empire infantry breaking as well. Man, this border horse is so fast. Just zipping around the battlefield. We've got some troops that have returned from routing, but I don't think Danny Rhett has noticed that. And the raiders and the general's bodyguard with the general are going to... I don't know what they're going to do, if they're going to try and make a last stand. But this is clearly a victory for Django. Oh, and he admitted defeat. Respect for Danny Rhett. So, for those... Hey, Edward... Morial, I think is how you pronounce it. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. So for those of you who are just joining, we only have 5 battles to take a look at today. So we've got 4 battles that were our originals that we have always been covering. And then we had this one special battle between Django and Danny because they were actually tied in their bracket. So this is the tiebreaker. So unfortunately for Danny, that means that he doesn't make it to the playoffs, and Django has secured himself a spot in the playoffs, which is awesome for him. Let's quickly take a look at the statistics here. General's Bodyguard still managed to get 70 kills, 135 from that General's Bodyguard unit. 100 from the Noble Swordsman as well. A bit of a mixed bag between everybody, but they got the job done. So, that means, if we take a look at that, so there you go, yeah, you can see that Django has moved on to the playoffs. Now, it still says that Danny Rhett does move to the upper bracket, so it's possible maybe he is in the playoffs. I'd have to ask. But now, because they both had 3 points originally, Django now has 4 points, so he's moved on as the top player of this bracket. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next ones now. So, I believe we're looking at Hermaeus Mora versus Banbush next. And we have 2 battles to take a look at for them. But yeah, it might be a little bit of a shorter stream tonight, just because we don't have 6 to take a look at. We only have 5. Hermaeus Mora playing as, once again, the Byzantine Empire, and Banbush playing as France.
Units, await my orders.
Ooh, and it is a very foggy battlefield here today. Here we are. All right, let's try and locate the General's Bodyguard quickly. See, he's probably, I would assume, at the back here. Yeah, there's the General, okay. So he's in the actual bodyguard. We have a Bombard. Then we have, looks like 2 units of Byzantine Lancers, 2 units of Latin Con. Then we've got Varangian Guard, dismounted Byzantine Lancers. We've got Byzantine Guard Archers, and 4 units of Peasants. I think that in previous streams, Hermaeus Mora has had a very similar build that he's kept throughout the entire tournament, as far as I am aware. This seems to be a very familiar army, so I think that it is Hermaeus Mora that I'm thinking of. He loves his Byzantines, and he loves this this army comp. So we got the 2 Byzantine Lancers, we've got the 2 Latin Con, and the General. That's his cavalry. Then he's got his meat shield of peasants, his very good Byzantine Guard archers, and then we've got the Byzantine Lancers dismounted, and the 2 units of Varangian Guard. So we'll see how this works out for him. And not a long battle here. 7,000 frames. It seems like a lot of the battle is actually just the setup here. So it should be pretty explosive once it does begin. Here we go. Alright, this looks like a fairly large French force here. What do we got in the front lines? Peasant archers, Scots Guard, mounted sergeants, noble knights, gendarmes, noble knights. So some very good French cav. We've got dismounted chivalric knights, Scots Guard, noble knights, merchant cav militia, mounted sergeants, and general's bodyguard with the general in it. Excuse me. Okay, so neither one has moved forwards as of yet. I don't know who I favor in this matchup so far. I still think that the French, obviously, I think they have the cavalry advantage. They have a lot more. They have 6 to, or actually 7 to the Byzantines' 5, sorry. And although we do have that bombard too. Where did he put that bombard? I forgot about that. Is it over on the flank here a little bit? Oh yeah, he's put it up the hill. Oh, that's not very good though. It looks like the French are going to send some of the mounted sergeants to take that out. And all of his cavalry are on the other side. Oh, that's so frustrating. I think in previous matchups with the Byzantine Empire, we have seen this very similar setup. And he had cavalry more close to defend his artillery piece. So that's very unfortunate that he's lost it this early. That's an expensive piece of equipment. I think we did see some Latin Con moving forwards to try and save some of the crew. Byzantine Guard archers are firing, and they are being returned on by the Scots Guard. Big hits into those dismounted chivalric knights. They're not even going to pull back his archers. Oh dear. Pretty solid charge from those noble knights, but actually this rock might have saved quite a few from a death. A good charge by the French into the Byzantine lancers as well. Yeah, killing a lot of the archers and then pushing away to escape the charge of the Byzantine lancers there. And yeah, all these archers here are still engaged in melee. They haven't even been pulled away yet. It looks like he did manage to save that artillery piece, though. It does have an artillery crew of 27, and you only need 3 per cannon to keep it running, so 6 is more than enough. More Latin Con actually getting a solid charge onto the backs of these dismounted chivalric knights. But he's left his archers in melee. Why isn't he pulling them out? Let's get the Varangian Guard in here. Let's get the peasants. Anything but your very expensive Byzantine Guard archers. Oh, that is unfortunate. I mean, the chivalric knights are taking quite a beating, though. They could be taking a bit of friendly fire as well, considering that the Scots Guard are firing into the Guard archers. Let's just go down the battle line here. Still looks relatively even. There's a good presence of Latin Con over here on this flank. We've got Latin Con over here demolishing these noble knights, but we might get a counter charge here from some more French cavalry. No, it canceled at the last minute. But even still, I think that has leveled the playing field. Balance of forces is evenly matched. Excellent. Over here, the French cavalry trying to escape the general's bodyguard and the dismounted Byzantine lancers. Just trying to keep their cavalry force a little bit mobile. Got Byzantine infantry disengaging to chase after them. He needs to... Good job. Yeah, I was going to say he needs to recall those to the front. 39% of the Byzantines have been killed. 48% of the French. So the Byzantines are really holding here. As I said, the dismounted French knights are just becoming exhausted, taking a lot of casualties pushing this very small hilltop here. And yeah, a lot of them have actually broken. You can see we've actually got some peasants and Varangian Guard pushing into the Scots Guard to help the Latin Con. Now, Scots Guard should be relatively good in melee. They are pretty heavily armored. But, okay, yeah, actually, it's kind of evened itself out a little bit more. 46 to 55. That's not as bad as it was. I'm wondering if it's because of all this mobile French cavalry. Yes, it could be. Now, where is the French general? He's going to have to be careful with him. Is he still back a ways? No, he's got to be in melee at this point. Oh, yeah, he's over here. He's over here. There he is. Yeah, just slaughtering the last of this Latin Con here.
Lord preserve us. We have lost half of our men.
Okay, I think they've been pretty much wrapped up. We need to get over here and continue hitting all of this infantry. The only worry for me is that the French are pretty much down to their cavalry. All their dismounted chivalric knights are gone. They've been destroyed. And look at this massive peasant charge here. Insane. No way. The peasants survived this late in the battle, and they're actually forcing off the peasant archers of the Scots Guard. I do remember that Byzantine peasants are actually, well, they're not quite good, but they're better than regular peasants. It's the same with like a spear militia unit. The Italian spear militia are a little bit better quality than other spear militia. Oh my goodness, the Varangian Guard just going ham on the Scots Guard here. But still very even, 60% to 64%. And I think that's due to the fact that we've got a lot going on in behind the lines here. Okay, yeah, we did have the general here. He is still alive with his Varangian Guard. Just finished off the remainder of that French cavalry. Yeah, I still say that that the Byzantines have this. You can see the peasants trying to pull through this very depleted unit of chivalric knights. I think they did return from routing. Hold, men, hold. What do we got over here? Is this the French general? No, it's a noble knight unit. Here comes the general's bodyguard. Gonna get a nice charge into the Varangian Guard, but the artillery is firing. That was a very close call on the general's bodyguard unit there. It actually broke the Varangian Guard. Wow, well done. Now 72% of the Byzantine forces have been slain, so now the French actually seem to have the advantage as far as the percentage goes. We've got more units that are actually just fighting to the death here. We need to get these noble knights around and to hit these guys in the flank. We've got a unit of 2 over here. 2 noble knights charging in to try to turn the tide of this engagement. I mean, all we need is for one of the generals to die, and the other team will probably be the victor. Did all the Scots Guard get driven away? No, we still have some archers on the battlefield. And we still got some peasants being slaughtered over here. But they haven't broken, I don't think. No, they're way over here. They're way over here chasing one unit of peasant archers. I think that's a mistake. They need to be over here, where all of the main infantry for the Byzantine Empire is just surrounded. We've even got the general's bodyguard here as well. Are the Scots Guard just going to form up and shoot, or are they going to charge in? They are going to charge in. Nice. Just hit those dismounted Byzantine lancers. Got the noble knights trying to charge in to kill that general's bodyguard, but that was unsuccessful. Let's get everybody moving in. Yep, here we go. The gendarmes are moving in. Noble knights are moving in. General's bodyguard is observing. This is going to be a disgusting charge, and it kills the general for the Byzantine Empire. No way. Oh. Unfortunate. I thought the Byzantines had it. Oh, and he admitted defeat after that happened. Oh, so frustrating. Good win there, though. Wow, okay. So yeah, a much larger army for the Byzantine Empire. Casualties inflicted, general's bodyguard 75. And that's the highest aside from one of the Latin con units. And the bombard, again, only 4 kills. Only 4 kills, even with that superior positioning. It just didn't pay for itself. Very unfortunate. All right, but we have a second battle here, so let's go ahead and get to that one. We've got Hermaeus Mora again playing as the Byzantine Empire, and I'm not a betting man, but I'm pretty sure he's going to have the exact same army comp. And Bambush playing as Denmark. That would be a very interesting matchup, because we've got some really heavy hitters going up against each other. Two-handed axe versus two-handed axe. And spoiler alert, it is, well, is it actually? Yeah, it is the exact same army comp, except we've got a ballista instead of a cannon. But other than that, it is exactly the same. So yeah, general's bodyguard with the general. We've got the artillery piece. We've got 2 Latin con, 2 Byzantine lancers, 4 peasants, Varangian guard times 2, dismounted Byzantine infantry, and Byzantine Guard archers. And this is a long battle. Wow, much longer than the first one. I take it neither will want to move in. And so Hermaeus Mora will have a... He does have a ballista. But with how long this is going to take, I'd assume that he will have an artillery piece as well, maybe? No, it doesn't look like it. So in the front lines, we've got Norse archers here. We've got dismounted feudal knights, Norse swords, and then dismounted huscarls. Nice. We've got a lot of cavalry here. So we've got Norse war clerics. We've got some scouts. We've got huscarls. We've got feudal knights. More scouts. General's bodyguard with the general in it. So a lot of cavalry once again. So very similar. That's actually surprising that he's going with that. Because Denmark doesn't have very good cavalry. But he's almost got about the same ratio of cavalry to infantry that he did as France. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out for him. Because, I mean, a lot of this cavalry isn't really that powerful. I mean, if you look at the scouts, they just have spears and they're very lightly armored. The Norse war clerics, which we saw in previous streams, and it's the same with the huscarls, they're like a melee unit, so they don't have any lances, so they don't have a charge bonus moving in. Like, if a huscarl unit and a Latincon unit are coming together, the Latincon unit is going to kill so many of the huscarls on the charge, because they don't have a lance. Now, the feudal knights will be good. They should be able to go toe-to-toe with the Latincon, but there's only one of them, which is a little bit worrying. We've got a bit of reshuffling going on, and the ballista is ready to fire, but it's possible nothing's in range as of yet. And we're just moving around to the flanks here. So let's take a look see if most of this time is maybe just some repositioning. Looks like he's going to try and envelop the Byzantines. He's focusing with his infantry over here, but he's putting all of his cavalry very wide on his left flank. And the Byzantine player does see that. He's moved all of his cavalry over to this side as well. This is a bit worrisome, though. He's kind of just got it sitting here. I guess maybe he feels like he can defend it if all the Danish cavalry come in at once. But we've got 5 cavalry here, and we have 7 cavalry there. I don't know about that. Oh, and we've actually got the ballista. I guess it's going to try and turn around and fire at the cavalry. I don't know, is Bambush going to let him do that? I see some scouts moving forwards very quickly here, so I don't think that he's going to allow that to happen. Yet we've got more scouts coming over here, and he was too slow with his cavalry. They haven't even moved yet. No way. That is insane. He still hasn't moved his cavalry forwards. Yeah, that artillery crew is going down very quickly, and now he's into the peasants, and now he finally has noticed what's going on. Don't let the feudal knights get charged in the flank. That's your best cavalry unit. No! Oh, dear. Okay, Latincon is pulling back, though. If the Norse war clerics can maybe hit the ranging guard from the flank, that might be good. But very good with managing 2 separate fronts here. He already has his Norse swordsmen closing in very, very quickly indeed. Well done. So very good coordinated attack there. I just hope he stops those Norse archers from firing into the peasants and focuses on something else. Because I don't want him to get a bunch of friendly fire here on the backs of his Norse swords. But the battle has officially kicked off here, and the Latincon have not really got any good charges off. But as you can see, the Norse war clerics, the Danish cavalry, is just not that effective toe-to-toe with heavy cavalry like this. Maybe the Huscarls will do a little bit better. I'm not too sure. The scouts seem to be kind of running in and out where they can. We've got the general's bodyguard moving over to that flank as well. We've got scouts over here that are still active, but the Varangian Guard is closing in on them, it seems. Thankfully, it looks like they were caught by the dismounted Feudal Knights. The peasants have broken. They've done their job of kind of holding the front line for the time being. And we've got the General's Bodyguard going to charge into the scouts. That's bad news. The scouts may even break from that. Yeah, even under the intense arrow fire there. Two of the General just coming in, sword swinging. Wow, okay. Let's take a look at how things are going over here. It looks like the Byzantine cavalry has this, though. I mean, one of the Latinconn has been overwhelmed and broken. This Byzantine Lancer did see off some more of the scouts and the war clerics. But it's possible this Huskarl cavalry in melee is really doing a number on the Byzantine cavalry. We've got a fresh unit over here, though, of the Byzantine Lancers, so he may actually try to countercharge the Feudal Knights. Pretty even charge there. And what do we got over here? All the peasants have returned from routing, which is good to see. Uh-oh. General's Bodyguard is free. Lances are down as well, getting a huge charge into those Norsemen, or the Norse archers. The scouts, they are still very much alive. We've got both units over here on this flank. It would be a good time to get a good charge on those Varangian Guard from two separate sides. Oh, yeah, the Latinconn really running down those Norse archers there, so well done there. And I think the Byzantine infantry is going to push through the Danish resistance here. The Feudal Knights and the Huskarls really starting to struggle as the Byzantines kind of flank around. Hey, Rogue Warrior, what's going on, buddy? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. We're in battle number 3 already. How is this 14,000 frames, though? Like, this battle looks like it's going to be over relatively soon. I say that. We've got the General's Bodyguard coming in behind enemy lines, along with another unit of Huskarls. Wow, breaking the dismounted Byzantine Lancers on that flank. We've got Byzantine Guard Archers engaged in melee again, not being pulled out. And this unit of Huskarls here really causing some trouble in behind enemy lines. And the Byzantine cavalry has been seen off. So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of cavalry over here. Oh dear. This is not good for the Byzantines at all. They're actually charging into this Byzantine infantry unit that is retreating, trying to deplete them even further and ensure that they don't return to the battlefield. Very nicely done. What do we got over here? Varangian Guard fighting the Feudal Knights. And then more Byzantine Guard archers being charged in the flank by the scouts. That was mostly a charge on the backs of their own men, though. And it looks like we've got some flanking from the Byzantine cavalry. Huge hit onto the Norse swordsmen there. That has caused a massive chain rout of all the Danish infantry. So this battle is pretty much back neck and neck. Incredible. Here we go, though. Huge charge on the back of the Varangian Guard there. I believe that was from the Danish General's Bodyguard. Oh, are we only 2 battles in? No, we're 3 battles in. Because we had the one between Danny Rhett and Django. And then we already saw the first one between Hermaeus Mora and Bambush. This is the second one. So yeah, we're 3 battles in. I think. Unless I'm going insane. I don't know. Perfect timing, just finished some Rome 2 multiplayer battles. Nice. Yeah, I was going to stream some Rome 2 multiplayer battles yesterday, but I had some family stuff to attend to, so I wasn't able to stream. What are we going to do? Oh, it's very, very close still, even with the loss of all of the Danish infantry. We've got the Norse archers are still very much alive as well, so they could be very useful in destroying a lot of this heavily armored infantry, although it's mostly archers that are left. Do we have the General's Bodyguard over here? He's still alive. Charging into the Feudal Knights, just running them down. Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, this is the 3rd, so you missed 2. Yeah, exactly. And somehow this battle is still only half over. I just don't see how that's possible unless it comes down to the wire, like just with small cavalry units just finding ways to charge in and then run out before they get caught into prolonged melee. But I'm surprised that this is 76% to 76% because there seems to be a lot more Byzantine infantry on the battlefield than there is Danish infantry. And I think it'll come down to whoever loses their general first will probably lose the battle. So we've got the Danish general. He is still very much alive. And the Byzantine general is alive and well as well. Just look at the death and destruction here, though. That was insane. And actually, if it wasn't for those two very well-timed charges from the Byzantine cavalry, the Byzantines would have lost this battle for sure. Because we already had like 5 units of Danish cavalry in behind enemy lines. So a couple more hammer and anvil shots, and all the Byzantine infantry would have been gone. Huge hit there from the Byzantine general. Brave Norse archers actually moving in to try and kill that Byzantine general, and he actually is getting a bit bloodied up there. And they actually managed to hold on. Oh yeah, the Danish general actually scaring them away. I don't think the Norse have this. I don't think they have enough. I don't know why he's not pushing his... well, I guess the archers would just run away. Okay, here we go, though. This is going to really put the balance of power into the favor of whoever wins this engagement. And the Danish general's actually going to have to retreat because we have some Byzantine lancers, dismounted Byzantine lancers, moving in. Going to try and chase him down, but they will continue to pull away. He's being a little annoying with this general, I do have to say. He might actually get a good charge on the backs of these dismounted Byzantine lancers, but the Norse archers have already broken. Nice charge there. Just doing anything he can. And then he's going to actually try to pull through because the Byzantine general's bodyguard is closing in. This guy's dead for sure. He's not going to escape. Wow. Yeah, I think that the Byzantines did win this one. I think they're going to take it. Because you can see a lot of the Norse archers, they're engaged in melee now. We've got dismounted Byzantine lancers moving in. Still trying to catch this Danish general's bodyguard, but it's 85% to 87%. But I guess the Danish did have a lot more cavalry, and the Byzantines had more infantry. Oh man, how is it still like this much? I'm just baffled at how much left in the battle there is here. Another charge from the general into the back of the Byzantine general's bodyguard there. And Byzantine general actually getting his sword wet there. Where's the there's the Danish general. Oh no, he was actually killed by the Danish bodyguard. And he actually escapes with his life. Wow. Okay. And we've got one Latin con over here trying to silence these Norse archers. And they're actually just ignoring him. He's just getting a ton of kills here. And there we go. Finally, Byzantine general's bodyguard has been driven away. And now I think they're just going to sit here and skirmish at each other. That must be what happens here. Unless the Danes are out of ammunition. No, they're just trying to move in a little further. And they're going to use fire arrows. Now that the general is dead, their morale will be lowered. Is he actually charging in? That is extremely risky. Very risky, especially with all the fire arrows coming in like that. And being fired upon as he pulls out. I wouldn't bother trying to do that. Okay, that general's probably gonna die. Get out of there, man. What are you doing? Swim away. There you go. Oh, no. Oh, man. Well, it's time to probably admit defeat then. Like, if you guys are just going to sit here and skirmish at each other for another 7 minutes, I think that's exactly what they're going to do. He doesn't want to charge in his infantry because he's not confident that he'll win, but, I mean, he's only got Norse archers there. I think he has, what, 2.5 units in Norse archers? And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units of infantry here. And that's just the depleted General's Bodyguard unit. So they're not really going to do too much. But he seems very worried about that General's Bodyguard. Just gonna sit there, I guess. What's about 92% to 94%? So this is still very close. I just don't understand how. Norse archers must be just putting down the hurt here. He still even has some ranging guard. Oh, but they're now being focused. What? What? Wait. Excuse me? Didn't expect. I almost choked on my tea. I didn't expect that. Why would he do that? He just admitted defeat. That wasn't like a full break or anything. Okay. I'm shocked. General's Bodyguard, 165. Dismounted Byzantine Lancers, 110. 193 with the Lancon. Wow. Well done. Yeah, very interesting. I don't know why he gave up like that. I thought for sure he could win that. It was only 3 units of archers. Maybe he just thought he was going to get shot up if he tried to pursue. I don't know. That was very interesting. Anyways, there we go. So, yes, Banbush getting 2 points, and Hermes Mora with 0, unfortunately, there. And now we're moving on to the final sets of battles. And Power Tushi and Mark Vicinius are the last ones of the day. So, yeah, as I said, because we only have 5 battles instead of 6, it'll probably only be like an hour and 20-minute stream instead of an hour and 45-minute stream. Howard Tushi versus Mark Vinicius. Oh, we have the Aztecs here. Nice. Mark Vinicius playing as the Aztecs. That's quite cool. But we're going to... Oh, no. Oh, dear. We got to crash to desktop on that. Okay, I might be able to save this, though. What I'm going to do is try and take a look at it from the opposite end. So we'll try to look at it from Mark Vinicius's. Just give me 1 sec, guys. Okay, yes, let me take a look here. Because I did download both, so yeah, let's try Mark and Power instead of Power and Mark. It's a good thing that he does send me both sides here, because I think we have had a couple of crashes before. So yeah, instead of Power versus Mark, let's try Mark versus Power. Let's see if we can launch that one. If not, this is going to be a very short stream. Okay, don't crash, don't crash, don't crash. Okay, this one seems fine, but this might not be the right battle. Question mark. Did I load the wrong one, maybe? Game 1 and Game 2. I think there might be a bug on this one here. Because I'm getting him loading in as Denmark. What is he playing in the next one? He's playing Denmark in the next one versus Milan. So, okay, so... basically, he's uploaded his side of the battle, the second battle, twice. Instead of on the first one. Alright, well, we'll try... shoot, yeah, we'll try... looking at it from power side once more. But if not, then we aren't actually even able to take a look at the Aztecs, which is so disappointing. But yeah, the one that Mark Vinicius, when he sent in Battle 1 and Battle 2, they're both the same battle. They're both Battle 2. So let's see here. Mark versus Power. Power versus Mark. Let's give it a shot again and see. Maybe it has something to do with him playing the Aztecs that is causing it to crash.
Units, await my orders.
Just bear with me, guys. Apologies for this. Aztecs are an underused faction for sure. I don't think I've seen them in a multiplayer battle before. Yeah, I've only seen them in a multiplayer battle maybe once before. Oh, this is going to be so frustrating if it doesn't work. But at least it looks like Battle 2 does work, so... okay. It's loading in. Okay, it's loading in. So we might be good. Please say that we will be. Alright, so we're looking at it from Power Tushi's side. I guess maybe it crashed just weirdly for some kind of reason. But it seems to be good now, so hopefully we can get through the whole of the battle. But we've got Power Tushi here playing as Spain. He's got his general there with the conquistadors. We've got a basilisk. And what do we got here? Some town militia. We've got dismounted conquistadors, crossbow militia. A lot of dismounted conquistadors here. Dismounted chivalric knights. Very nice. Got them on the flanks. We've got chivalric knights in the tree line here. Very small, but very heavily armored army. So it'll be interesting to see how the Aztecs actually counter this. But I think it is very cool that we actually have the Spanish and the Aztecs on the same battlefield. This is going to be fun. Let's hope that it does indeed work. And let me just quickly check here. It was... yeah, Power Tushi is playing as Spain. Perfect. Alright, I mean, it would be nicer maybe if you put this basilisk up here, just on this hilltop, but I guess it depends on where the Aztecs form up. We've always seen that they really try to push for this hilltop here, especially whoever's playing on this side. They seem to really push over to here, and then this player's kind of left in the valley below, but not today. Okay, so what do we got here? Got Aztec archers here in the front lines. Oh gosh, I didn't account for the pronunciation. Chichiqua? Chichiqua we've got in the front lines here. Got some coyote priests, okay. So those are probably morale boosters. Got Aztec spearmen, jaguar warriors, these guys are awesome. Got some eagle warriors at the back, and I'm assuming this is his general here. 60. Let's quickly find his general, actually, before we move any further ahead. Should be the one that has just one more man in it. Oh no. Locating general. Proving hard. Where's the coyote priest, actually? Maybe they're in there? 76. Okay, so he must be in here. Yeah, there's the general. Okay, so he's in an Aztec archer unit. Interesting. Very interesting. So this is his general right here. Oh, and the artillery. Ooh, big hit on those coyote priests there. Wow. Why is he pushing them forward so much? I thought that they were more like to boost the morale of your own men. Like, why? He's just pushing them right into range of the Spanish. Unless maybe they were all hidden until now, but I don't think so. These ones shouldn't have been hidden. Like, he's just going ham, just right into the dismounted chivalric knights here. Ton of Coyote Priests pushing in. Getting some work done against the main line of the Spanish. Maybe they're trying to make a push, actually, for the Basilisk itself. Because they're actually breaking through and starting to hit the artillery crew. But they've already broken at this point. We've got some of the Eagle Warriors actually hitting the flanks here of the dismounted Chivalric Knights. We've got another Chivalric Knight unit over here and 2 more coming on down the slopes. Aztec Spearmen should be slaughtered by the heavily armored Knights of Spain. We've got the Chinchiqua moving in. Okay, yeah, Coyote Priests have been shattered in the center here, though. Metal... yeah, you're so right, man. Metal weapons would have been a good idea. I don't know, though. I mean, in Aztec history, a lot of their clubs and axes actually had very sharpened obsidian blades. And they were lethal. The only problem is, coming up against the armor, oftentimes the obsidian blades would shatter. Because it's not a very hard stone. But, I mean, if it caught your hand or something, it would lop it right off for sure. Look at this over here. We've got the Conquistadors, some Tau Militia running in. Against the Jaguar Warriors, though, this would be an interesting fight. I don't know, like, who's going to win, the Jaguar Warriors versus the Conquistadors. And, yeah, the Aztec Archers are trying to retreat, and then they will be able to fire on the Tau Militia. What's the balance of power? 70% of the 17% of the Spanish are killed, 30% of the Aztecs, and yeah, this is what's going to really help the Spanish, is the presence of cavalry on the battlefield. Nice charge there. Yeah, that's going to be hard for those Jaguar Warriors. They're already shaken. But just these massive clumps here, maybe the numbers will help them against the Chivalric Knights. It says victory seems certain, even though they're flanked on 2 sides, though. Oh, and we've got the Knights of Santiago over here. So they're probably going to be going after the archers, I'd imagine, or maybe hitting the flanks of the Jaguar Warriors or the Aztec Spearmen here. But yeah, I'd be surprised if Spain lost this. Like, look at this even. He's like completely surrounded all of the Aztec Warriors over on this flank. I want to see where these Knights of Santiago are going. They're definitely chasing down those Aztec Spearmen. And actually, I think this general would have been in one of these, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Initially, they were. Maybe he's over here. Yeah, he's in this unit right here. So we'll try to keep an eye on that, but doesn't matter how fast the Aztecs can run. They can't outrun horsemen. Huge charge downhill too, hitting the Aztecs right in the flank. That has caused some to rout. Artillery pieces going overhead as well, trying to focus this one archer unit. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way that the Aztecs are going to be able to win this, I don't think. Archers are being driven away, run down by cavalry. Their infantry is holding, but it's looking a little bit thin. And, yeah, there we go. That Jaguar Warrior is broken. We've got a unit of 3 Coyote Priests coming back. But 2 of them have died. We've got the last one over here fighting. This is epic. Oh, he's going to retreat again. The coward! I don't know what was with that that initial charge from the Coyote Priest there. That was a little bizarre. Maybe he thought that he could cut through very quickly and get to that cannon, but... yeah, now all of the Aztec infantry have broken. 75% of them are slain on the battlefield, and ironically, it's actually pretty much left just this general's bodyguard. He's like a foot taller than all these archers, too. It's pretty incredible. A one-sided battle in the end? Yeah. Yeah, it does seem to be that way. Look at this boy, though. He's not fleeing when his army does. He's holding strong. Look at the calves on this man. Holy cow. Oh, no. I see the Spanish cavalry coming in. Oh, boy. They're going to get a good charge into the backs of them, too. Yep. Just missed the, Oh, no, wait. Where's the general? No. No, where is he? Oh, there he is. He's right in the center of them. He's right in the center. Oh, brave general's bodyguard. He actually might be able to hold against this cavalry unit. Oh, shoot. Trying to see his final battle here. He's being hit by 2 cavalry units. Ah, he broke. That's unfortunate. I don't know if he's gonna make it out or not, though. Or are they gonna pursue him? Run him down. Oh! Oh, that sucks. Captured, too. Oh, that is not going to end well for him. And he admitted defeat. There we go. Perfect. Well, very good try to him, and I respect the fact that he brought the Aztecs. It's weird that maybe that's why it crashed the first time, because he admitted defeat, but we still got quite a bit left here, so we're just going to fast forward. That might have been a desync or something towards the end there, I'm not quite sure, but thankfully we got through the whole battle. I'm happy to see that. That is awesome. I just want to see if we can actually see those stats there, and just see if the Aztec infantry even got any good kills. I think once the cavalry emerged from the tree line, it was pretty much over for them. He already admitted defeat. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Okay, yeah, it's a little bit glitchy here, but yeah, so very small Spanish army versus the Aztec army. Oh, no, yeah, I can't see what they got because I didn't look at it from the Aztec point of view. Okay, well, the Chivalric Knights, almost 200 kills. Dismounted Conquistadors, 130. Yeah, not too bad indeed. Okay, excellent. So, let's take a look at the second battle then. Which is Denmark versus Milan. Yes, I love Milan. I'm surprised that hasn't been chosen more. Milan is a very good faction. Hater Louise Zamboni. In Steam, the game says nothing about multiplayer. Is that another version? What do you mean? Like for Medieval 2, or? Like, are you trying to play multiplayer in Medieval 2 and it's not working? Yeah, Denmark versus Milan. Yes, yeah. I mean, Milan just has such good, like, cheap infantry. All right. Here we go. All right, so Milan, we do have the General's Bodyguard in a Knights Templar unit. We've got some Familia Ducale, or Ducale. We've got, yeah, 2 units of them. We've got a couple of priests, religious fanatics. And then we have peasants ×3, armored sergeants ×3, dismounted broken lances ×3, dismounted feudal knights ×3, and Genoese crossbowmen ×3. Not a bad army. Not a lot of cavalry, though, so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, he is facing off against Denmark, though, and as we've seen, Denmark cavalry, not the best, but... Medieval 2, you've not bought it yet. Steam says the game is only single player, so that got me confused. Oh no, there's multiplayer. Yeah, you can play multiplayer on it for sure. And the nice part about it is, well, I mean, not the nice part about it is, but for all of the mods for Medieval 2, they all kind of share the same server. So if you get into a lobby and you see like a couple of games that are all in red and it says like incompatible version, that probably just means that they're using a mod. But I like it because it's kind of easy to find games and all of the different types of mods for Medieval 2 because they're all in one area. But yeah, definitely there's multiplayer for Medieval 2, for sure. Alright, final battle of the stream here. Let's fast forward a little bit and see what we got. I'm not a big fan of this map because there's a lot of forests. So it makes it a bit difficult to see. But we've got some sword staff militia here in the front lines. Got some arquebusiers. Got some peasants. More sword staff militia. Most of his infantry are hidden, it looks like. We do have the peasants moving forwards. The arquebusiers, they're going to hopefully be able to fire soon. Or they might not even be in range of anything just yet. What's this charge with the peasants though? Like he did this last time. Excuse me. Why does he want to move all of his move his peasant unit out all alone like this? Looks like we got some probing over here. Okay, yeah, we've got feudal knights charging out against the Familia Ducale, I think. They do seem to be very heavily armored, though, so they probably will win against those feudal knights. Okay, peasants have already broken, obviously. We've got more arquebusiers who have come into line of sight. We've got some mounted crossbowmen over here as well. It's not looking good, though. Percent of allies killed 2%. Percent of enemies killed 11%. Huh. And it looks like, yeah, Milan's just going to push forwards with all his infantry at this point. I think that is a very good idea. Well, I can understand the meat shields, but, I mean, he's not even following it up with anything else. He almost just sacrificed them. Like, if he moved them forward while moving the rest of his army up, I could see them having a bit of more of a use, but... Yeah, the arquebusiers are trying to retreat. There we go. Danish lines finally coming into view. We've got some dismounted chivalric knights. And we've got dismounted huscarls. Come on, boys. Let's see a countercharge here. Milan's push it in. Not going to move in at all, are we? We're going to stop, like, just in range? Or there we go. Feudal knights have finally engaged. Got more dismounted huscarls over here. We've got the the commitment of the sword staff militia here to try to help their cavalry, but yeah, they were well prepared. That's a good use of peasants there, moving them in to support their cavalry. So well done. I think we can mostly see the whole of the Danish army now. And how are things faring here in the front lines? Oh man, I do love when Denmark and Milan fight because I love the red and green for some reason. I mean, it's not so much the colors that are Christmas, but they just look so nice together. There's such a contrast. Nice battle line forming, though. Huscarl's really trying to push into the Sergeant Spearmen here. We've even got the Sword Staff Militia moving around the flank, and I just noticed a fresh unit of Feudal Knights, and there is nothing over here in the way of Milanese cavalry to stop this charge, so this could be extremely deadly. And I totally just lied to you guys, because of course there is the Knights Templar General's Bodyguard. But yeah, good charge there. Hopefully they can continue that charge on. Nicely done there. That was a good play. And look at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of Milan retreating there. Now we do have the general going to try to get a counter charge. It was a very slow one, though, but nonetheless it was a charge. But he's almost sent his general into a kill zone here. 41% of 50%. So yeah, now suddenly Milan has lost over half of their army. We have mounted crossbowmen over here. Things are not looking good for Milan on this side. The religious fanatics being cut up. The feudal knights pushing into more religious fanatics over here on the flank. We do have the general's bodyguard trying to disrupt the huscarls from moving around the flank here, but it looks like, surprisingly, Milan may lose this one. I mean, they do have their very good... Where the heck is their very good cavalry? Because it shouldn't be hidden. We're looking at it from his perspective. What the heck? Oh, it's over here. It's being annihilated. Oh, interesting. And I don't think... Yeah, both of them are gone. Oh, dear. That is very interesting. Yeah, trying to reform with the dismounted Huskarls here. Religious fanatics trying to not allow that to happen. Oh, and the general is broken as well. Is he still alive, though? He is still alive. These feudal knights need to stop him, though, and try and kill him. That would be huge. Doesn't look like they're going to do that, though. Huh. We never even were able to locate where the Danish general's bodyguard was either, because all of his troops were hidden in the forest, so I have no idea where he is, guys. Apologies there. Yeah, it was a bit of a waste of his cavalry. Unfortunately, I think he just kind of got caught with his pants with his pants down, to be honest, because he had his cavalry over here fighting the one unit of Danish cavalry, but I guess he didn't expect that there'd be another one maybe hiding over here, or even if it was here and it flanked around. But that single charge broke 6 units of infantry, so I mean, after that, I don't think that, you know, he really knows what to do now. You can see a lot of his troops have returned from routing. But they're kind of just facing the wrong way. Wow. And that's how quickly battles like this can just change. Like, it just takes one good cavalry charge to change the outcome of the battle. Mounted crossbowmen moving forwards, trying to get some fire off. We do still have the arquebusier as well here for Denmark. That should be very good in tearing down some of these heavily armored units. Now it seems like he's noticed all of this and he's going to start pushing his units forwards. We got a small battle over here, Huskarls versus peasants. I think the Huskarls should have this one, hopefully. We even have more of the heavily armored dismounted chivalric knights coming in. Well done. Yeah, I thought for sure Milan had this when Denmark looked so timid to countercharge there. He kind of just wanted to hold his ground, but now I understand what he was thinking. Just to get them into battle line, and then he was able to use his cavalry to flank around. So well done there. Yeah, still forcing his way through over on this side, but I can't imagine that Milan will be able to turn this around. They just don't have enough. So yes, as I said, next week is going to be a little bit special. I mean, it should be on either the Sunday or the Monday. I don't really know. This month has been super busy for me. But either Sunday or Monday, I will be back with a Medieval 2 tournament stream, but it will actually be a bonus stream. So apparently there were 2 people that didn't make it into the playoffs that played 6 very cool battles. Kind of as like their own little playoffs. So I'm going to show that off as a bonus stream in the next stream. And then hopefully by the following week, so 2 weeks from now, we should start seeing some of the playoff battles. Either that, or we will have maybe some battles that have been a long time coming that need to be taken care of or wrapped up before the playoffs start. So either way, I'll have to confirm with the tournament lead what's going on with that. But let's go ahead and fast forward this. Like, there's no way Milan can win this. I mean, it's 78% to 66%, so I guess it is close, but he has no cavalry. Like, even the mounted crossbowmen are going to play in a huge favor of the Danes here, being able to kind of run those units down. I mean, what are they chasing over here? Chasing a unit of Genoese crossbowmen, but again, the mounted crossbowmen will be able to kind of lock them or pick them apart or lock them down in melee. And same thing over here, too, with the crossbowmen trying to retreat like that. So well done. Losing one, unfortunately, with the Aztecs, but then turning it around and winning it with Denmark. And I think that is the first win for Denmark that we've had in this stream, which is very cool. He's putting them into Cantabrian Circle. I guess that is smart, fighting against Genoese crossbowmen. Keeping them moving a little bit there. This is the last unit here before they do admit defeat, I guess. They're holding, though, man. They are holding. And there we go. Well done. So let's see. 143, 133, 102 with those Genoese crossbowmen. So they definitely helped out there. But yeah, just didn't get enough cavalry with... Or sorry, didn't get enough kills with their cavalry to make much of a difference. Look at the kills. 59 and 12. That's very expensive late period cavalry. Even the General's Bodyguard, only 34. Dismounted Feudal Knights, 12, 29, 27. Dismounted Broken Lances, 15, 22, 20. Armored Sergeants, 4, 9, and 10. Yeah, just not enough kills with the infantry. But that is it there. So if we put up this final bracket here, Mark Vicinius with 2 and Power Tucci with 0. So Karamis is obviously in the upper bracket. Mark Vinicius secured himself a spot in the upper bracket as well. And then Power Tucci went on to the lower bracket. If we have the stats up here, you can see Tiger Shark Wu and Safi in Group A are on top with 3. So I'm assuming they'll probably go to the playoffs. And then Django and Danny Red, yeah, so that's why they had to do their tiebreaker battle. So Django obviously with 5, just squeaking ahead there. Quenk Regio and Banbush. Banbush securing, I think, 2 victories in this stream. We didn't see anything from Group D, but Group E, Mark Vinicius with that 1 extra win put himself 1 above Power Tucci and Virus X there to secure the win. So that is everything for today's stream, guys. So I know it was a little bit of a shorter one, but that might actually allow me to get recording on maybe a video for tomorrow. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to build the weekly schedule for this next week coming up on YouTube right after this stream. See you later, Garrett. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. I appreciate it. And thanks to everyone who tuned in. I do appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoyed. And I should see you guys for a stream on Saturday and Sunday next week. Take care.